Right, here we are at St Ives on a blustery, moody old evening, and we're having a celebratory barbecue. Tetley, why are we celebrating?
Might be something to do with the £50 mirror.
Which mirror?
Yes! 53.15!
What was his name?
Colin!
How's it go?
Colin!
He's had it, and now we're going to have it.
No, I'm going to have plenty.
Well done, mate. Good angling. Top angling.
Well, that is one very, very, very soggy boot. And over there is one very, very, very soggy sock. Because somehow, after the Collins celebration last night, as I was casting out, I managed to fall down that bank on the slippery mud. Nothing to do with the alcohol, I can assure you. And fall in the lake. Again. Fell in last week, fell in this week. Seems to be getting pretty good at falling in. But also seems to be pretty good at catching carp lately. Because I've caught another one. It's about 4:30 in the morning, and about 40 minutes ago I had a fish known as the tench. Which is down there in a sack waiting to be photographed. It's usually sort of 28, 29 pound. It's one of the ones actually that was on those videos I done in the Out of Bounds a couple of months ago. He was always there. I see him loads, but I've never seen him on the bank before. But as soon as I looked in the net, I knew what one he was. He's got these funny little sunken eyes. Probably a bit like me this morning, to be honest. I had non-stop line bites. The rod that I had the fish on from about 2 o'clock this morning, which has been bouncing up and down. And now I think they've moved round to the left, because the left-hand rod started getting a few liners now. But I've bagged one already. There he is, the tench. Look at them eyes. Weird, aren't they? 29 pounds. That's 3 29s I've had in 2 weeks. He's a proper character, isn't he? You are a character. Just Carp speak, but ugly. But we love him. Oh boy. Well, it's about 11:30 in the morning. I was absolutely knackered from a few days of next to no sleep, and then a bite at 4:45 this morning. So about 9 o'clock I decided to have a little bit of shut-eye. I laid down, had a snooze till about 11:15, I suppose. Got up, made myself a cup of tea, and 2 seconds later the middle rod ramped off. Which was very obliging of Mr. Carp. And I've got another one down there. About £20 this one. Strange old fight. It absolutely tore off on the bite, hit the surface, and then I brought it towards me all the way to the bank with its mouth out the water. I could just see its top lip, and all my line was out of the water. And it just slowly came in, and then it snagged on something halfway in, then it kept coming. I could see something behind it, and anyway I slipped him in the net. There was a little bit of line hanging out the back, so I pulled that in, and there was a spom on the end. So I've had a double result really, had a carp and a spom. I'm going to drag him up on the bank and see what we got. In the flowers, get something a bit aesthetically pleasing. Get a little change. 20 pounder. It's a little bit dark there, but there you go. Just about see him. Nice little surprise at this time of day. Perfect. Pop it back. Well, while we're waiting for these to do something, it's that time of day for the old barbie. I've got a nice bit of sea trout tonight. How posh is that? There we go. Fine. That sea trout. Sea trout and eat it. Sea trout and rice. Ooh, a bit healthy, isn't it, really? No beer. Had enough last. Having a healthy few days, that's what's going to happen. See how we get on with that. I've got this fantastic gadget for cooking fish, my barbie. It's a big long table tennis racket, I suppose, but made of wire, sort of bat shaped thing. Opens up, you plop the fish in there and just cook it and spin it over. It's brilliant. It's also at home on my kitchen table. Okay, a lot good. The old silver foil special. Ooh, stinks a bit. I think he's alright. Got two choices, isn't it? Look at that. Long time no see. I think that's his problem. Probably got some dad jokes tonight, look. Margarine with only a tiny bit of mould around the edges. We'll scrape that off. There we have it. Ready to rock and roll. One of them with the fish, another one of them with the rice, a bit of chilli sauce, cup of tea. Splendid. Well, the fish is on. It's going to wait a little while. I must say that everything's picked up incredibly. When you think of it in perspective, I'd had fished March, April, May, and half of June, most of June, so just say 4 months, for 4 fish. And then I had that one 20 pounder at range, I made it 5 at the end of June, and I've had 5 more since then, so I'm now on 10. And the last couple of weeks I've doubled the quote, and the last 3 weeks more than doubled it. And there's not another angler here, not one. Nobody else whatsoever. The place has been fishing terrible, and now it's starting to fish, there's no one here to know about it. So I'm not actually sure when you're going to see this video, or last week's video, or any of it really, because at the moment I ain't saying nothing. If I stick this up on Facebook, I'll turn up next week, someone will be sat right here, won't they? So it's a little bit like shooting yourself in the foot. You might have to wait a while. Just to catch Colin, of course. Even though he's already been caught. But even on that score, I do think there's a very good chance he'll come out again. Just the way they're on the bunch at the moment. 3 in 24 hours last week. I've had 2 already in one night this week. There is a chance he might slip back again. I hope so. Look at that. Big old bit of trout. Nice bed of rice. And knock up a few tortillas. Be good to go. Yum. Oh, look at that. That's got to be about as healthy as you could possibly get. Focus on that. That fish is yum. Smoky chipotle sauce for good measure. A bit of a tang. Bob's your uncle, Fanny's your aunt. There you go. Oh yeah, all good. Oh, better than good. Cool. Shoot. Well, we're on last light for the day. Looks absolutely glorious out there, doesn't it? Not really seen an awful lot yet. Seen 2, I think, this evening. A little bit further out than I'm fishing, just sort of hoping they're moving back in. Just had my first little liner on the right hand rod. Just a couple of beat pulled up tight and then dropped back, so there's something about. But hopefully they're moving in the night, get their heads down and we get a repeat performance. But it is looking nice. Right, that was a right result, starting off the morning like that. 24-12 common. A bit blunt on the hook, so I've just got to quickly tie up another rig. I'm absolutely gagging for a cup of tea. But, obviously, I've got to be 3-rod angling before I think about that. Especially this time of the morning. As you can tell, I can hardly even talk yet. But the shame with that fish, last night I haven't used my GoPro camera for donkey's years, and I'd set it up, pointing at the rods out there on a bank stick, big long bank, like a storm pole. I was so organised. I had the bite, 4 o'clock, got out, struck the rod, stepped back off the platform, flicked the camera on, pressed play, and then played the fish. And then right at the end I looked round and the camera weren't on. Must have not held it. I think you've got to hold the on button for 2 seconds or 1 second or whatever. Obviously just dibbed it and never got it. Never mind. It's there for the next one. Never that for confidence, eh? Next one. What a change a couple of weeks has made. Still nobody here. Shh, don't tell anyone. Now this is what I've been waiting for. Cup of tea. How do people survive that don't drink tea? I've met anglers that don't drink tea. Cold drinks only. Bizarre. Cheers. Oh, wonderful. Right, here we go. 2412 common. On it. Lively 2412 common. Just put that in the hand. Smack him around here for his tail. Maybe it was the other side taken. There he is. Get a bit closer. He's a nice one, isn't he? Corker. It's all getting very, very good here. Which is a bit weird because the water's all green and algae. It's looking not the best it's looked, but it's fishing its head off. 3 last week, 3 so far this week. Lovely. Tell you what, you ever want to stop fish showing, just point a camera at them. You wouldn't believe the amount of time I spend trying to get footage of a fish jumping for these blogs. When they start showing, I just put on a longer lens like this and zoom right in on the spot and press record, and I leave it running for about 3 or 4 minutes, and then I turn it off record, review, delete that file, turn it back on, record again, over and over and over. I bring 5 batteries with me for the camera, and this is how I flatten them all. And as soon as you stop recording, you think, oh, they're not going to show, and go off to do something, or just turn round, you hear bosh, and you look, and it's right where you were filming. But I am determined. It will happen at some stage one day. They're showing quite steadily out there now, aren't they? It's not an area I've got a bait at the moment, but I think it's going to have to be. Oh, with a little moment of excitement then. I just cooked myself up a pan of egg and bacon, sat there eating it, and the fish crashed out right in between my two baited patches. And as I watched, a big plume of bubbles come up, and then another set of bubbles come up, bang on the left-hand patch. And then the bobbin just slowly started lifting, went right up to the roller, just looked like it was going to go, and then dropped back down. So that was a liner, and there's still a fizzer. I wouldn't say it was right on my bait, but within sort of 6 foot. So there's at least a couple of fish out there munching. It's just whether there's enough of them to get a bite. I think quite often you need that competition of a few of them really for them to make the mistake, but it's been quiet up until then. I said no more fish out to the right there where I recast that rod. But these are good signs now. That second one I had yesterday was quite late. It was 11 o'clock, and I had one the week before at 11 o'clock as well. And I don't know what it is now, but it's only about 9 I would imagine, the latest. So still plenty of time. Fizzing and fizzing right on this rod. A couple of liners. Now we're in. Feels savage when you first hit them on braid. Absolutely savage. one, £20, 8 ounces this one. You're getting smaller instead of bigger. All welcome. So £20. And when I said earlier I was about, I think it's about 9, half 9, something like that. I checked and it was 7 o'clock in the morning. That's what happens when you start waking up at 3:30 and stuff like that. You think it's a lot later than it is. Another one for the album. Right, let's pop you back, little fella. Well, I have absolutely no idea what's going on at the moment, to be honest. There was that left-hand rod that I said didn't have any fish near it, nothing was going on, no bubbling. So I moved it, I cast it out behind those pads on the right when I see them fish showing. Well, it's scorching now. I mean, it must be 20 degrees plus, more than that. So I've assumed it's all over for the day. I'm watching a fish, just one lot of bubbling, probably 15-20 yards to the left of where I had that rod, you know, on my baited spot in the silt, and it was getting closer and closer and closer. Just little pinprick bubbles, then the odd little patch. I was watching, I thought, I ain't chasing them about, you know, it's middle of the day, it's not going to happen. And as it got within a few feet, I reckon just on the edge of the bait, the bubbles intensified, a huge plume come up. I thought, he's on it, he's on the bait. So I've retrieved that rod from over by the pads, put on a little light lead, whacked it out, you know, got it, didn't even wrap it up, just went on the bubbles, landed probably 2 to 3 foot to the right, because I knew that's the way he was going, lowered it down, donk, it's gone real firm on the bottom. And I sort of laid the rod, well, as you've probably seen, on the backrest with the tip in the air to put the captive back lead on. And sometimes when you slide the captive back lead down, if you're on a balance point, it pulls the tip forward a bit. So I slid the lead down and the tip sort of pulled forward like that and then just slammed down to the water, real spun, and he was on. And I got myself a common upper 20, I reckon. It's just 5 fish. Don't tell anyone. £24. I thought he was a little bit bigger actually. I thought he was sort of 27. He's got a funny little pimple on one side. What is it called? Pimple. Oh yeah, he's quite short fish actually. Have a look at him. Without the pimple. Nice one, isn't he? They're all nice ones. Sorry, but that funny little pink pimple thing right in the middle of it. Come on, fire. That's the one. God, he's lovely. What a corker. Mwah. Slide him back. Join his mates. What a session. 5 carp. Still no other anglers in sight. Happy days.
Well, what a session that was then. 5 fish, which is pretty amazing. And there is only one thing to do when you've had 5 fish in 2 days, and that's an extra day. So I'm not going home, although Padua desperately wants to. Don't you, Pad? You've had enough, haven't you? Hey, I'm talking to you. Pad. You don't care. So yeah, we're going to stay another night and hope that it's as productive as the last 2. 2 fish in the first sort of 24 hours, 3 fish, another 3 fish in the second 24 hours. See what tomorrow morning brings. And that may sound a little bit greedy, but I'd quite like a bigger one. 5 fish is an amazing result for here, but all 20s. Great big fat one would be nice. Big as my dog. He spent the whole time looking for the squirrel. Oh, did I say squirrel? Where is that squirrel? He saw it a little while ago. I think he was asleep on the path and it came down the tree right next to him and he went charging off. He even give it a big woof, which he never does. He got most excited. Didn't you, Pad? Eh? Got most excited about that squirrel. Right then, barbecue time I reckon. Probably get excited about that as well, wouldn't you? Burgers? Good boy.